What's up, peeps? Welcome back to my channel. This is Copper Cactus Crafts, and in today's video, I'm taking a bunch of old, empty cardboard boxes, and I'm using a silicone mat, plus some ingenuity, and I'm creating myself a sturdy lap tray for the car. If this is your kind of video, make sure you stick around, because I'm getting started right now. I glued up the boxes so they flattened out to double thickness. Then I glued those together so that the base was 4 thicknesses total. Alright, it's been about, I don't know, like an hour and a half? Yeah, about an hour and a half. And this is probably glued up enough, so I'm going to move all this heavy stuff out. And as soon as I'm done doing that, my goal here is to cut the edges off so I can use them to cap off the sides where this is going to be still an exposed edge. I'm going to want to take this piece of cardboard, flip it, and then put it on the edge. That way I can have a corner where it's exposed and tape over that. So I'm going to get with that now, but I'm going to probably put you in high speed for that because it's kind of boring stuff, but I figured I would explain. Oh, by the way, this is my huge box full of journals that I've been collecting since like 1984. The one on top is housing the beginnings of my brand new paranormal rom-com Christmas series that I'm working on right now. Should hopefully have that done and hopefully out by 2026, but hopefully done by 2025, and then, edits and whatever. But anyway, if you're into that kind of stuff, that's this box here, so I removed the heavy stuff, measured based on my car's available space, and I cut the pieces to a raw dimension. Then I used the cutoffs to act as caps for the edges. You'll see that in a minute, and that helped to create the depth that I would need for the silicone mat to fit inside. My glue takes forever to get hot. But it finally did, and I was ready to rock. Then it was time for assembly. I got everything lined up as best as I could and hot glued the edges into place. I tried to keep things as flat and level as I possibly could while I put the edges on. Once the hot glue dried, I lined up the tray onto another box, traced out that shape and then cut it out with my X-Acto. I glued and weighted those two thicknesses together, and then I left it to dry overnight. I'm actually re-recording this because I'm going to turn this over. All right, this thing's had a few days. It's now Monday, so it dried and cured and whatever over the weekend. You can see this corner's a little lifted. I didn't glue that. I did glue it, but I didn't hold it down. But I'm gonna hopefully make up for that when I do the decoupage. Pretty sure I'm just gonna hot glue these two pieces together because I'm heading into decoupage land today. I don't think this needs to be another 24-hour cure time. This is on my table, that is on my floor, and those need to be combined. So I'm gonna move my books now, and yeah, I'm just gonna get you into high speed to get this put together. After clearing things off, I did final prep to the base layer. Then I hot glued the tray with the edges down onto that flat base.
Boxes in the living room. My life is in a never-ending state of that old transition. I got them piled up high in the corner of the kitchen, and I'm itching just to find a little bit of unpacked nutrition.
Once everything was solid and the glue had cooled completely, I trimmed the excess so the edges would be as even as possible.
Onward, upward, running with a new herd. Too small, you all gotta get it transferred. Packing and I'm stacking and I'm making all my crap fit. Gotta shove it all into the brown boxes.
I did a few final finishing touches to make sure things were fully square and level, as best as possible with cardboard anyway. I trimmed here and there around all four edges, and once I finished that up, it was time to tape.
Onward, upward, running with a new herd. Too small, you all gotta get it transferred. Packing and I'm stacking and I'm making all my crap fit. Gotta fit it all into the brown boxes. I got pants I ain't seen since 6 sizes back.
Okay, before I actually call it on the tape of this thing and start decoupage, I'm actually going to add a couple of little compartments over here on the right side where I have this extra space, which is why I left the extra space. So I'm just going to use some scrap cardboard, cut it to the correct length, and then I'll use the mat here, the silicone thing that I'm inserting, for thickness so that I know how big to cut this piece. Insert that in those various ways, and you'll get to see that right now in about 2 YouTube seconds. That will be complete.
So I always take a path of least resistance. Cause a new place got a lot of room in the garage, and I sure hate to unpack. I think I might just save some time and leave all of it stacked in brown boxes.
Then I could finally get this piece sealed up with paper and glue. Yes, decoupage. I'm using ripped up paper and boxes that I've saved since the last time we moved. I love upcycled crafts, and cardboard, it's an abundant material in our household, so I enjoy using it as an artistic medium whenever I can. This took me 58 minutes to do the entire thing. I then left it to dry and cure for 5 full days because, yeah, there was a lot of liquid glue applied to this thing. Okay, so I got smart this time and I sandwiched this thing. I know that last clip kind of ended with the tray up on my little painter points, but I did eventually decide that was a bad idea because it was just going to pierce right into it and it was starting to kind of like sag, and I really want this to be as flat as possible. So I put it in between two pieces of parchment and trapped it under a bunch of heavy stuff. I'm getting ready to paint. I'm going to mix up a custom color that's going to be my base color, and I'm doing this as a faux wood as I usually do, so I'm not going to ramble on about this. I have a ton of videos that I have done faux wood on, so I'm just going to insert a playlist at the end of this video that you can go check out if you want to see those. Paint and stain is just going to happen like this for you. Not really, but like, you know what I mean. Here we go, painting. I mixed up a custom base color using a couple of different products that I normally wouldn't mix together, but these are all I have left to get the right color that I need for the faux. So, as a faux finish artist, I can safely say, if I was doing this for a wall application, this is not a mix I'd use. But for this small cardboard craft project, yeah, it doesn't really need long-term durability, so this mix will work just fine. Once coat 1 dried to the touch, I flipped the tray over and I gave a first coat to everything on the inside plus the top edge. I made sure the outside edges were solid as well. This color turned out a bit more lemony yellow than I wanted, but it should still work under my walnut gel stain. I left this to dry for about an hour, then I did a second coat in the same manner off camera. I left everything to dry overnight. To seal in the paint and add another layer of protection to the surface, I used my favorite Stain and Seal gel type stain, and I added a faux wood grain to the entire piece. This product dries to the touch somewhat quickly, so I was able to flip it and do the inside on the same day within about an hour. While I put the finish on the inside of the top of this tray, let me just say thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, be sure to go below and like this video. After you do that, subscribe if you're not already, and don't forget to leave a comment if this is something that you could see yourself using when you're traveling in the car. Stay tuned for the beauty shots, and you'll get to see the tray in use. Thanks so much for watching. Do you ever want to eat healthier-ish while on the road, but find the ability to contain strange shaped objects like salad bowls in your lap is a constant struggle of balance and gravity? Do you want to give up single-use plastic and single-use cardboard, but don't know how to do that while traveling? Do you wonder about an easier way? Well, struggle no more and look no further. Now with Lap Tray, you'll be sitting pretty in the passenger seat because of your flat as a pancake tray with compartments. Weird shaped food containers don't stand a chance against the bulk of this tray with silicone mat insert for easy cleaning. Plus, the flatware compartment fits 3 or more pieces. Not to mention these 2 sauce container compartments for when you want dressing, dip, or both. Your measurements will vary. So if you want travel food to go from this to this, Then make your very own upcycled cardboard lap tray today. Now doubles as a flat workstation for my laptop with a soon-to-be added compartment cap so I can use a mouse. I'm filming infomercial style.